Hi, this is Jerry, JC Seiji. Welcome to my channel and to this very special video about the Clad. Now, the Clad are a very unique group of very unique life form, and they actually call themselves the Renactuporte. Renactuporte, that's what they call themselves. Or maybe that's their homeworld, I don't know. But they are currently in transit in our galaxy. And they had crossover through interstellar space from some other galaxy. I don't have that information. However, what happened was in the galaxy they were in, apparently there are humanoid type of life forms there as well. And they apparently landed on the planet of the Clad, and they saw that they were superior to them. And so they began a process of genocide against the Clad. And so apparently the Clad are really intelligent. Their IQs are probably comparable to 200 and 250 of our IQ level. So they get it really fast, learn technology and weapons of the invading humanoids, and defeated them before they could wipe them all out. And what the damage that had been done to their planet was so extensive, they had to leave it because of apparently contamination from weapons or whatever. I guess I don't know. It's just her planet was contaminated by the weapons in the war, and so it was not a safe place for them anymore. And there were still humans out there from the other world from the world that had invaded them. They were still having to fight, and so they left for another system to find another world to live on. Now, apparently, the Clad are their origins are from turtles. They evolved from what we would call a turtle, and these are short people. They're about 4.5 feet tall at most. They have unusual digits on their fingers and toes. They're all opposable, so they have 6 opposable digits, and they are not sexual. They don't have sex at all. Each Clad is fertile, and so I don't know what the sequence is. I haven't really got that information, but apparently every so often, they will give. Apparently, I think what it is, they have a internal a sac where a shell is produced, an egg is produced, a fertile egg is produced, and the young one that's in the egg grows up to a point where, as it grows, the shell deteriorates into a membrane, where you have a membrane, and once it actually becomes fully a membrane, the young one is birthed into the world. Now, about the Clad is that they are not. They are communal in the sense they have one consciousness. They have a group consciousness. That's why they learn so fast. If one member of the clan shay learns a task, all of them know it. Kind of like the Borg, uh, once one learns how something, the collective uh, uh, immediately knows what it is. And so, but because they are all born, I guess they're like a giant clone of a massive race of one clone, because they're all birthed without any sexual intercourse, and so it's the same genotype being born for all generations. I don't know anything about their lifespans, but they have become really intelligent. They learned a lot from the humans, and apparently from other races they have encountered, and they have uh, developed apparently where they're at. They have their combat. Okay, the way they use combat is they have combat suits, or actually they may be fully automatic droids they're using now, but originally they were wearing combat suits that were large enough and strong enough to resist just about any kind of attack, including what we consider to be a nuclear bomb. They could walk right through uh, uh, dropping a nuclear bomb on them. They would survive that, and so uh, they use apparently there's some kind of neutrino-based weapon system, and that used as an EMP pulse that disables satellites and disable memory banks, etc. Like, and thereby disabling resistance to their advance. And so currently they're out in our galaxy somewhere. Their maximum speed capability is 1/3 the speed of light. And the speed of light is what, 165,000 miles a second. So 1/3 of that is like about 55,000 miles a second. And well, one thing I learned about them is that, or about actually interstellar space. Interstellar space is full of dust. It's like a suspended cloud, like a fog of tiny dust particles. And so, in order to travel through interstellar space, you have to have some kind of repulsor shielding. Otherwise, the particles, when you're traveling at 55,000 miles a second, the particles will make mincemeat out of you. Well, actually, they'll make you into a sieve. They just go right through your ship. But it has some kind of repulsive shielding that I don't know if it's like some kind of magnetic reverse magnetic polarity or something going on that protects them from being killed as they travel through interstellar space. And also, another thing I've learned is that as they approach a galaxy or a planet, solar system, they have to slow down because debris, there are debris fields surrounding all galaxies and all solar systems, and so they have to slow down and I don't know, blast their way through, or they must do something like either blast their way through or use their shielding to repulse the debris field as in order to get through it. And so that's a point that makes them kind of vulnerable at that point because they're slowed down. But let me show you. I have done a drawing from what I can gather from my information of them. This is really a rough sketch right now. I don't have time to really. I don't have time to do I have another drawing I made. I'm going to ink, but this I wanted to get this information to you because I don't know how relevant it is, and This is just a rough sketch of the cliche, one member of the cliche. They all look like this, and so they're kind of like, calling you ants, but you aren't ants. They're much more sophisticated, and this is my rough drawing, a cliche. There's the hand. Okay, and the little things on top, three round things must be their, like their nose or something that they smells, and I don't know what else. Of course, their eyes are really distinct. This thing right here, right here. That whole round, their eyes are oval. This whole thing is their eye right here, and that's a pupil. Like ours is round, theirs is oval, like that shape, and they can move it, the full length, back and forth like that, like like Cylons. They can go look back behind them, kinda. They have great peripheral vision, and of course that's their mouth. I don't know what they eat, but that's their mouth. Okay, they're not frowning. It's just the way that's how they're shaped. This is really, and here's their at least their hand. I kind of drew this on another piece of paper. Uh, their fingers are opposite. So these are 6 fingers. They're opposite, and they have kind of short, stocky arms. Her body is short and stocky. The legs are really short and stocky, and you see how their toes are kind of like that. And there's right here is their birthing sac. Okay, and they all have one. And so I don't know a sequence on how if it's every year or 2 years or whatever, but that's how they reproduce. And they're all genetically identical. And because of that, you have a group consciousness. Okay, that is a cliche. Okay, and so my information is that this alien species is in our galaxy and maybe visiting our area. And so when they do, we'll know. We'll know because when they will launch their an EMP pulse, I guess. Once they enter a system, solar system, they activate an EMP pulse, disabling all communications and destroying computer banks and whatever else that can do. So when that day happens, and it'll be the first indication that our system has been breached by the cliche. And so be warned. Who knows? Later.